All right, we should be good. All right. So this is part 8 of my story, The last time I uploaded was a week. So it's like I know not many views and not many people are seeing it, but I know when the day will come that many people will see this and understand it. But I left off where I would say I visit my father after I graduated from high school. Um my experience. So what led up to it was the spot where I left off is that my father and I played video games. So we played. He was a Street Fighter fan, played competitions and stuff like that, and he was teaching me the ropes, And long story short, we played our last tournament on that weekend. It was on that Friday where I still had to work though, but I beat him in his game. I beat him. We always do we do first to 10. So the game was tied to 8-8, and I was getting there. I figured out the technique to beat him finally was to rush him. When I gave him time to breathe, he knew exactly what he needed to do. So I rushed him down. So I played his characters, which it was Ken and it was Ryu and Chun Li, and then he would use other characters just to try to style on me and stuff like that. And but I used his characters against him to show him like I'm not scared of you. So then, I actually got him to the point where he was actually playing serious. So the game was I think the game was he had 9, I still had 8, so I had 2 more games to go up to. So I did my technique. I found my strong characters, which was Captain America and Captain Women. I call her Captain Woman Pan. She's the same thing of Captain America, but a woman version. So I played her, and then I played with, was it Rocket? So when I knock him down, I spam Rocket to shoot these bullets on the floor and stuff like that. But I was doing these combos and stuff on him for the game to go to 9-9. So the problem was that we was very hyped. We was smoking weed and we was chilling and stuff and was having a good time. But I had to take a break because when it's a close game or I'm doing really well, I start to get an anxiety attack right then and there. So I have to be like, I start to breathe hysterically, and I needed to take a break. But then we came back into it. So it was now or never type. So I was going in, the match was going good, and in playing, it was Street Fighter versus Capcom, and we have 2 players each, so you can pick 2 characters, and you have 2 characters you get to pick. I lied. It was 2 or 3. No, it was 2 characters. It was 2 characters thing. It was 2 characters. So then, sometimes when it was a PS4, so sometimes when I play the controller and I'm actually in the game trying to input these buttons and stuff, sometimes my thumb will slip over the start button. Not on purpose, but it'll be on accident. I want to know, how is this picking up this light? How is it? It's not that... But it was picking... I accidentally keep hitting the start button. And then I'll be like, oh, sometimes if we hit the start button, we don't know. We just move the joystick and see, oh, if it, all right, my bad. Are you ready? Ready? And then we hit the start button. And then we go back into it. I think I was playing with Chun Li this last match because it was 9-9. And then I was knocking him in the air. And I accidentally hit the start button. And I was like, oh, my fault. And then I clicked the circle button. And then I was still implementing the combo and knocked him down. He was like, no. You cheating. I don't want to play with you no more. I was like, what? What are you talking about? He said, how did you hit the start button and then exit out of the start button and still hit the combo? I said, but I remember what I was doing. I remember the combo that I was doing. And it so happened to be that when you hit the start button, you hit it for the PlayStation, you hit circle, or for Xbox, you hit B. That input with I think the knockdown was B, or was circle. So I have to hit circle to exit out of the pause, just to hit circle again to get the knockdown. So it would just so happen that was the same input that I needed to put down. So he said that he quit, and I was like, you forfeit? That means I won. He said, no, I got more games. I said, no, if you forfeit, then you lose the whole thing. boy, I tell you, that same day I had to go to work, he was so bitter, bro. He was so sour, man. And it was no coincidence that my auntie and grandma, they stayed in Cairo, Illinois, so like the beginning border of it, not full in, it's just like the line border. They came to visit my dad. I don't think they came to visit me. I don't know. But the story played. Okay, so they came. Everybody started having parties at his house and all that stuff. See, my father at that time was still. He just wasn't a father. That's all I can say. He wasn't a father. I gave him many chances and he kept blowing it, and he just kept having the same cycle, same pattern, and it was just too much. It was too much. So every time I came to the house, he'd be there'd be like a lot of people there, and the women in the house be cooking while the kids be outside playing, and the man sit in the living room playing the game, talking and chopping it up and stuff like that. But when I had to go to work, they came the same day, Friday, because they popped up. Because after the game, hold on, I was making something to eat. When the game has finished, it was almost time for me to go to work. And when I was working, looking good. My auntie and my cousins, they all popped up at my job. They popped up at work. And they surprised me. I was like, oh, because it was getting close to closing time. We already did the rush hour and all that stuff. And I looked to my left and I was like, they look familiar. Oh, snap, they popped up on me. And I rode with them to go back to the crib. And that's when there was people there at the house, like there's people there coming there and visiting and stuff like that. So when I pulled up at the crib, my dad was over here drinking and smoking weed as usual. Everybody smoked weed there, As soon as he saw me, he was like this. Basically, he was like this. Hey, yeah. And as soon as I walked through the door, my auntie and we walked in the door, he was like this. He looked at me and he was like, and then walked off to a whole different room. And then it was like, what's wrong with him? I said, because I beat him in a game. With the tournaments that we've been doing, I finally beat him in the tournament. I finally beat him. He forfeited and I won. I told my uncle and everything. It was like, oh, you finally beat your dad. I'm the only one who beat him. And he been bragging up and down that no one can beat him and stuff. So I was like, man, I took charge of it. He taught me how to play. And I just had to prove myself. And it was that's how he was ignoring me. So they was there for almost a week. So Saturday was the weekend, right? He already had some animosity towards me since the first week of July when I had a job, and ever since I was making good money, that's where it all started. But all each different events and things and he kept doing, it kept getting worse and worse and worse. So I was like, you're doing this for no reason. He was doing it for no reason, but that's the people in my family. You see, I'm the type of person, I'm independent. Everybody in the family is codependent. Like, I'm independent with myself, I found out being codependent doesn't do nothing for you, because then that's how people gonna switch up. Like, my auntie, my grandma, my dad, my mom, it's like I have respect for them, but growing up, I get kicked out of so many houses. Like, I get kicked out of so many houses. Like, with my dad, like, this whole ordeal, ever since he had built this animosity towards me, they always been telling me, like, in heated arguments, talk about, because I'm over here. The thing is, they see me happy. They see me making money, right? So, my dad would kick me out, or I would have to go to my auntie's, and I stay with my auntie. Then my auntie would do the same thing. I go to my grandma's. Like, each house, they treat me dirty, and they keep saying, you need me. You're nothing without me. No, in my head, I said, I don't need you. I don't need you at all, because how you expect me to need you, and you talk about how bad I need you? You just want to control me. That's all you want. And the fact is that I know you just say that you want to control me, because that's what you want to do. Bro, Cause my family is such a narcissist, bro. They will help you and all that stuff, but then they would do it for like what they would do. What what they would do is that they would help you. They would help you, right? Just so they could say, "I did this for you. You need me. You owe me." They do that for it's not from the kindness of their heart. They would do it because they want to have something to hang over your head when something don't go their way. Or to be like, you owe me for this. None of they do is genuine, bro. It's nothing. It's not genuine. So the whole time, it was they was cooking and stuff, and they was playing the game. I came back home from work that night. I know I fixed some food and stuff like that. But we was talking and stuff, and my dad was over here clowning me, trying to get me to feel bad. That's what they love to do. They love to make me feel bad. Look at me. I may not have much, but I'm doing something with myself, and this is what I need to do. And it's like, and all I did was care. And you want to know something about it? The movie Encanto, I know when y'all come across this video, I know y'all going to know the movie Encanto, right? You know how Bell is the only one who don't have power, but everybody else in the family has power, but she doesn't, right? And you know that she helped everybody out to encourage them when they had these powers and stuff, and she doesn't. And out of nowhere, at the end of the entire movie, her gift was to bring the family together. Now, with me, everybody around me gets blessed before I do. I'm the only one who's still waiting for the blessings and things to come in and stuff. And I've been waiting patiently and all that stuff. But around them, they get money left and right. Like, I do the work. I do the hard work. But they extract those stuff from me while they get their own stuff. So I was like, bro. And they get praise for it. They get praise for it. They get praise. No one in this family don't need to come on this video or come on the camera and talk about their life situation. Because look at this. This is what I go through the entire time of this, and even now to this day, right? So all I did was help them come up with some good ideas, good businesses, like good business, I tell my dad, so I was like, so when we came into the house, I'm sorry to get off track. We get into the house and all that stuff, and he had an attitude change. We were all in the kitchen. I roll up my joint just to smoke with them, and then I just be on my phone playing game. But, they try to ask me questions just to make me feel bad about myself, and then trying to gaslight and all that stuff. But then I just went back in my room, and just chilled. Well, I slept in my room with TT, and I just chilled with them. It came to that one night where it was like, I think the next night, because it would cut short. They didn't almost get to stay for a week, because it was like, they showed up Friday, Saturday they cooked, people came over, cooked, we had a party and all that stuff, and then the entire time that if I showed up at the house, Dad would leave, he would leave, and everybody was like, what's wrong with him? And I tell them, I was like, oh, he's upset with me because I beat him in Street Fighter finally. I beat him. He forfeited and he said that I was cheating, but I wasn't cheating. I was just winning. I was doing my thing. Sunday night rolled around and he acted the same way, but on the Sunday night, we was, cause my grandma and my auntie was there, and it's funny because God knew this stuff was gonna happen. That's why my auntie and grandma was there at that time. So it's like Uncle Wilder and them was there and stuff. So my cousins was there, was playing Street Fighter versus Capcom, the same game that I just beat my dad in. Then he was like, I was telling my uncle, I was like, hey yo uncle, I finally beat Dad. I beat him in the tournament finally. And it's just so because I feel good. No one don't like to be beaten up so much. And then when you win, you want to be like, yeah, I did it. I worked hard. If I wake up in the middle of the night just to go to the practice room just to play. That's how serious I was. But he didn't want to see it when I was trying to show him these cool combos that I'd seen. No, he didn't want to see any of that. He didn't want to be around me or anything. I was like, all right, bet. I beat him. I told my uncle, and also was laughing and stuff. And then that's when my dad was drinking. He was drunk. He was drunk and high at the same time. I was telling Uncle Wilder, and I think I was still in my work clothes because it was not too long ago. I was still in my work clothes, but I told my uncle, Uncle Wyland, what happened? I was like, how I beat him and stuff. And then next thing you know, my dad came up like a dude trying to come at me. He started bucking at me. He was trying to be a parent in front of, and this is what he likes to do. He's not a parent when it's just us. But when he's around everybody, then he want to act like a parent. I said, don't do this. I said, bro, when I was there, I was 18 or 19 years old. I said, bro, you was not in my life this entire time. Now you want to be the father. Bro, shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Just shut up, bro. Because now you only want to be a parent when it's like, if it's a group of women there, then he want to be a father. If everybody showed up, he wants to be a father. He fake. He is fake. He does this for show, bro. That's why I be looking. And the worst thing, you don't want me to be around you to know the truth. Because if I know the truth, I'm going to look dead into your soul. And I know you can fool I tell them, you can fool everybody else, but you ain't going to fool me. And that's what you need to do. You need to fool me and let everybody believe you. But hey, they don't play this day. They think I'm a fool, bro. So he came up and he was talking about trying to punish me and stuff like that. I'm like, Dad, it's over a game. I said, you mad over a game? It's just a game. I'm telling everybody that I won. You tell everybody how bad you beat me, but it's okay for you to do that, but it's wrong for me to do. And he was like, you talking, so stop talking back to me. So now in this situation, because I know he's bluffing and stuff, because I'm not a fighter, but I knew if I was going to swing on him, I knew I was going to win. Because people have tested me so much that they should have mercy. God has mercy on them more than God have mercy on me. Because I know what I'm capable of doing. I don't know my own strength, but I have no problem to show you, and I would teach my own self what my strength is. But I know if I was going to put my hands on you, I would make sure it's broken bones or you bleeding or something. It's that bad. So he came up and buck up to me, and then I was like, bro, I'm not afraid of you. You drunk and all that. Bro, all I got to do is push you and you will fall, and I'm on top of you. That's game. That's literally game. Like, I don't play fair. I'm going to either make sure you ain't going to get up again, or I'm going to make sure that's the last thing you will see of me. You know? Those type of things. I don't play around with that, you know? Especially, so, like, I was smiling. I was trying to hold in my laugh. Like they said, so you laughing? I was like, what? It's just a game. So then he bucked up at me, right? He bumped into me, and I was like, hey, man. So I was like, hey, I was backing up. I was like, hey, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. I was warning him. Because, like, I knew what the Holy Spirit was at the time because it was helping me through my tough times. But, like, they were helping me. I knew I had to understand, like, I was a Christian. Like, I was understanding Jesus at that time, and I was understanding about the Holy Spirit, because they are real. They're real. But I tell you, those type of things, like, they have so many records of me being dirt on, crapped on by everybody, bro. It's not even funny. This is all I get. Peace and mind and all that stuff. No, it's just karma and stuff is real, but I have to pay my own debt and everything, and now everybody's up here, $1 million businesses, happy kids and all that stuff, and I'm over here like, bro, it's like, it aggravates me, man. This is what I get to do. Everybody gets to do all this other stuff, and I was like, so this whole ordeal happened, and then, so, I was back against the wall, right? I was back against the wall like this, and he was coming up, like, the camera right here, he was getting close to me. I was like, hey, man, back up, man, back up. I had my fist clenched up, and he was only looking dead in my eyes. That's the first problem. But I had my fist clenched up, and I was about to swing. I promise you, I was about to swing, because if I would have swung, he would not see it coming. He would not see it coming, because he's staring dead at me, so he's not aware of what I'm doing. So, I was about to swing, but something held my hands back, and I was like, you know what? Then my uncle came in and stepped in. It was like, bro, you're not gonna just be stepping on your son like that, not in front of me, bro. It's just over a game and stuff like that, right? And it was like, my auntie and my grandma was getting on him, and I was like, bro. And then, and watch this. I was there for 3 months. So every time in my entire life I stay with someone, it takes the equivalent to 3 months for something bad to happen. I'm 21. That's all it happened. This happens. So it was just three. I was here for 3 months, and I was getting good money, left and right. Right. Then I was going to get a raise too. If I would have stayed a bit longer, I was going to ask him. I was going to ask Big M. I was like, "Yo, can I get that raise? Because I earned it, right?" No, because everything that happened at the house. Now that Sunday, that coming Monday, they told me to go upstairs, and it was getting on him. So I started packing my stuff, and they said that we're leaving tomorrow. And I was like, oh, dang, I got to leave all this money that I got and all that stuff. I said, this always happens to me. This is my entire life. This is my story. Every house that I go to, I always got to get kicked out. I always got to move to a different house because of their selfish needs. They couldn't handle their emotions. That was my entire, and I know there's a lot of people out there who has experienced this stuff, but this is all I get to experience, bro. And keep in mind, I was the one, Amenabel. I was the one that helped them, give them business ideas and everything, give them ideas that they never thought of. They never helped me with nothing. This is what my is. I'm only here to tell you my story and just hope for the best that people can understand and relate to and stuff like that. But this is all everybody's doing, living their life and all that stuff. I was like, the next day, we packed our stuff and left. I made sure I had everything that I needed to get. And my dad did not say nothing. He just closed the door on me. All right, bet. I see how that is. So we went to Cairo, which was 11 hours. So they was talking about it. My grandma and my auntie always talks about the situation. Was talking about it. I didn't want to hear it. I just want to listen to music. I was furious and all that. I was like, bro, I was dumb. I kept giving this dude a chance, and he kept balling. He kept ruining it. So I was like, all right, that's how you is, then that's how you is, right? Sometimes I tell myself, man, I did not come on this earth just to continue to get this, to deserve this, bro. This time, like, I wanted to send myself to the gulag because I was like, bro, why do I deserve this? Why do I gotta go through this? What is the purpose, man? What is the purpose? Because even when I'm away from them, I still gotta go through stuff. I still gotta prove myself to God. I still gotta do all this extra work while they over here trying to more work on a human for what? And I'm still waiting. They can still get their blessings. All they gotta do is they can still get it before I do. That's the funny thing about this. They can still get theirs before I do. All they got to do is repent for the stuff that they did to me, and I still forgave them and everything, you know? But they can still get their blessings in the businesses and stuff before I do. Even if I've been putting in the work, my hard work and stuff like that, right? I don't mean it's just like, that's just how easy it is for them, man. They're not taking advantage of this stuff. 11 hours went by. I went to my auntie's house, and then we made it in Cairo. And I said, I wanted to stay with my grandma. Grandma got a nice house. She got a big house. But I was like, I wanted to stay with my auntie because I saw my cousin Tink. Y'all all remember from the other story, she, at this point, when I skipped past my high school year, because it's going to be a different video whenever I post that. She was now 17 years old now. 17. So she was already in high school. She was in high school, all right? She was a junior in high school, and then we seen each other. I was like, oh, me and her had a nostalgic, you know. We was big, like me and her life, like was like similar. We were both big. We were both cheated on and all that stuff. Now we look at each other. We lost weight, all this stuff. So we had some stuff in common. We talked about our childhood, being around our cousin, and I was like, all right. I stayed with my auntie. So, my auntie was the one who did, she did her due diligence because she had her own problems and stuff going on. But I tell you, man, I got there, cool, talked to Tink, told her what's up, how she been. Now, my auntie wanted me to, take care of her, just to like watch out for her, like be a big bro to her, right? So, I was like, all right. I mean, I'm staying in the spot with them, so it's like the internet connection and stuff was there, was bad. It's mostly like a retirement home if you don't want to be seen or be around cities and stuff like that. But my auntie was always, um, at this time I saw her, she was into tarot reading, but she does the tarot cards herself and watch tarot reading a lot, like every single day. If you don't know what tarot reading is, it's like basically they pick up your energy through the phone, or you can call them if they, because normally sometimes if you have a YouTuber that you watch, they would normally pick up your energy, tell you about your past, present, and future type stuff. Sometimes if you watch them, they will have links. You could do private reading and all that stuff like that. But that's what she did. She did the tarot cards herself and also watched it. She kind of helped me. She helped me to understand what the Holy Spirits were more into it. So I took those tools and took it about myself to actually want to be invested in it daily. It was these moon cycles and all these stuff like that, and I was like, all right, that's cool. So she taught me these things. It taught me about zodiac signs and stuff like that. She taught me what she knew, right? And my cousin, she had a job and she was working at that time, and my mother knew the whole incident, the whole ordeal, because I told her and stuff. So my mother, me and T was like, it was cool, it was clicking, like real cool, it was kicking and stuff like that. And it was like a full month. Look, watch this. That's just my luck. That's how lucky I am. When it comes to a person and we become cool like this, Satan always like to come in and cock block a lot, that was my gift. Satan comes, cock block, and then it separates. No reason. It's just no reason, right? So a month came by. Me and Tink was cool. Me and Tink and Titi was my auntie. We was cool. Right? Then a whole month went by. My auntie taught me also in the midst of this month how to meditate and all that stuff about chakras and all these incense and things like that, and all this with the Holy Spirit, how to connect with her and all that stuff. And she did smoke weed too. She would smoke heavenly weed. So it was like everywhere in the family smokes weed. That's just how it was. I was trying to be cool with my cousin Tink. I make sure when she came home from work, I made sure, I cleaned her room and stuff like that, just to be cool and stuff with her. Make sure she had something to eat, because I was eating a lot, sleeping a lot and stuff like that. We were cool. I always pick her up from school. I always pick her from school every single day, talking and stuff, chilling, right? We was watching YouTube, watching nostalgic Adult Swim, South Park, and all that good stuff, right? Things were going good for a good month. Then the next month that came by, and then the thing is, it did not surprise me, because it's like I have this intuition. I knew it was gonna happen. It happened ever since. What makes you think that it ain't not gonna continue to happen? Now you may see it's all part of no, it's not a part of your mind, because you got to understand. You could think happy and stuff will still happen. It's just like you're basically, your mind is your mentality. You see, it's basically saying, hey, can you still have your mental, your mental still be strong if I throw a curveball at you? If I throw a fastball at you, can you still keep your faith and your mind straight? That's all it is. It's just a test to see if you can keep everything tethered together through all these hurdles and all these storms and things. It's like, so basically I can be able to do anything to you, and to see if your mind will still be intact. Will you still have faith? Will you still have all these things? That's literally all it is. And yes, and granted, that's what it is when you're living your life, because randomly you're going to get tested randomly. It's going to happen whether if you know it or not. You don't know the length of it. And it's just to see if you can handle it, because Satan is going to attack you, and God's going to test you, and Satan is going to be playing on you. It's just that's just how it is, man. The second month came by, and that's when everything started to go downhill. Just my luck, right? So Tink started to hang around bad friends, because she'll always be saying like, oh, my friends be doing me dirty, and I was like, bro, it's so simple. It's simple. Cut them off. Because I'm saying, Low vibrational hang with low vibrational people. You're not low vibrational, they are. So they trying to bring you down. Like, I'm telling her everything that she needs to know, and it's like she's like, I get it. I get it. And then next you know, she go right back and doing the same thing. If I tell you 1+1 is 2, she's not gonna circle 2. She's gonna circle 4, 5, or 25. All those things, and she does it intentionally. So I say, all right, I'm just repeating myself at this point. So basically, what she would do is start something to go tell her mom I'm doing something bad, or she would go hang out with her friends. But the thing is, she'll start wearing some promiscuous clothes. You'd be like, what's that got to do with you? You're right. But my auntie said I have to take care of her, right? But the thing is, Tink knew. So that's why it's like a kid. She's purposely trying to get me mad, get me angry and stuff. So you got to pick those stuff up. Because if you knew someone was there in the same room with you, was trying to take care of you, you'd be like, all right, I need to be on my best behavior and do the best I can as well. But if you knew that they're taking care of you and they start doing the opposite out of nowhere, and you tell them, hey, you're not supposed to be wearing that, and then they still do, bro, they testing you. We can't beat around the bushes here. This is 2023. There's no need to women do this all the time. So I'm saying not all women, but women and men who are low vibrational will do these stuff, these efforties, bro. So I was like, you know, her mom, I know her mom, Titi was encouraging her to do these type of stuff because she'd be like, she's a manipulator liar. She'd be like, Mom, Kel over here. And I was like, bro. So we sat down at the table and we talked about this stuff, right? She was talking about it. She said, I don't like when both of you, Titi, she's very dramatic for no reason. She's very dramatic. You keep in mind with this tarot reading cards and stuff like that. She was very dramatic and all this type of stuff. And I was like, we all sat at the table and I was like, I told her, because I stand up for myself. I don't care who you are. I was like, I said, Tink was there too. And she was like, tell each other what you don't like and all that. So Tink was like, I don't like when you control me and tell me what I can and can't do and all that. So I was like, bro, I'm going to hush you up right there. I told TT, I said, the first day that I came here, you told me to do what? You told me to take care of her. That's what I'm doing. Take her like a brother or sister. That's what I'm doing, right? For number 2, how is she going to tell me that she is she's anemic, right? She's anemic. And then it's be blizzard outside. It's cold. And you want to wear some tightest booty shorts you can find into some short sleeve shirt, tank top, and go outside with your friends. And they hushed up. You know you in the wrong. Don't think. And on top of that, did you not be coming home and talking to your mom how you get an unwanted attention by the way that you dressing? Every time we go out. See, the thing is, in Cairo, we have to go 11 miles out to see to see stores and stuff like that. So we live, I guess, like half an hour away from all the like cities. So we go out there, and then she wearing the most tight bootiest shorts she can ever find. Of course, she wants attention. Of course, all young women want attention. You can't just say that you don't, but you do. Come on, don't beat around the bush. Men do it too. So she getting like UPS drivers looking at her butt and stuff. I gotta walk behind her, make sure you're not looking at her butt. And TT's like, "What is wrong with that? What is wrong with that?" I say then, and we were still at the table. I said, and you complaining and telling your mom how you getting unwanted attention, and I'm literally seeing UPS people looking at your butt and stuff. So I say, so why are you complaining? You got unwanted attention, but you are intentionally wearing this. See, this type of thing right here, it's knowing that you're playing games. Because why are you going to keep complaining about something and then intentionally put yourself in that situation? So after we got done talking at the table, she goes stormed off because they didn't have nothing against me. Because what I was saying was true. Like, come on. So now, both of them are started playing games with me now. So you remember how I said TT does those tarot reading cards? So, she ended up finding, we talked about my zodiac sign and stuff like that. Cool beans. Now, she started to, the tarot reading that the card she watched, it's like sometimes it has like, general reading. General reading is all zodiac signs. Sometimes that her life situation it's like if she want to know a specific one, she could like, oh, Sagittarius tarot reading. This is because she got the. I don't really care about zodiac signs now, but if y'all curious, I'm a Sagittarius. She has Sagittarius in her chart. She's Aquarius, and Tink is a Virgo. I don't know if you people care about that stuff still, but I don't. But what Chichi would do is use the tarot reading card to get an upper hand up on you. So what she would do is like this. Say, for me, I'm a Sagittarius. I'm chilling, doing what I'm doing, right? She get done watching the a tarot reading card because she has Sagittarius in her chart too, but she's a whole Aquarius though, right? So what she would do is do that tarot reading card and it say about Sagittarius. So she used hers and mine at the same time. Oh, Tink has Sagittarius too, but so she'd be like, Kel, are you feeling this way? And I'm like, how do you know? Type stuff. And it's like, oh, so you picking at my brain. You trying to use my energy to figure out about me and see if it's true. So you can get an upper hand on me. All right, I see. That at that time I didn't know. I was like, but it was weird. It was weird, right? So all this whole thing happened. Tink was still going to work. But the thing is, I still had to pick her up from school. The thing is that now how me and her was cool, it started to dwindle. We started to talk less because she wanted to bicker more with me, right? She wanted to randomly pick fights with me for no reason, right? No reason at all, right? So I was like, all right, bet it up. I'll continue doing what I'm doing with my life. I'm going to start cutting this off because when it comes to me, I'm dumb enough to give you multiple chances. But when I have enough giving you chances, I'm cutting you off. And I'm going to tell you straight into your face, hey, go sit down and eat your popcorn and watch me elevate. I'm not the one to go back on my words. Once I say what it is what it is. I mean, you want to be so curious to see my bad side? All right, you're going to get it. And then, I started to know more things about Tink. So, once I stopped talking to her, less, I ain't gonna, I made a story on my book, but I haven't did nothing with it. It's just sitting there looking pretty. But I started to catch feelings for her. Because she didn't know what love is. I didn't know what love is. So I was like, all right, we can elevate, we can grow, we can make money and do all these type of stuff. She started to get envious of me because of my beauty. Now, I got a little chubby, but if you looked at my Instagram, I looking good, right? She was jealous because I was looking good. See, my auntie and them, look, they are women, but they're masculine though. They're masculine because they're feminists. They don't, I don't need no man. Me, at the time with my cousin, we were both bisexual. The thing is, I'm a virgin, but you may like, how are you bisexual? You know that you're bisexual, but you a virgin. I'm a virgin. Like, I have not had, bro, I'm a virgin, bro. Anything energetically, no, I had no intercourse or nothing. And that's another thing my family had an envious against me because everybody ain't no virgin in this family. Everybody ain't no virgin. I'm the only one in the family, in the whole entire bloodline, is a virgin. That's what they had against me, right? 2, I was innocent. I'm always helping everybody out and stuff, and they always taking advantage of me. If I said no, my auntie was a narcissist. Her true colors started to show off too. I ain't trying to make this long or anything like that. I ain't trying to make this long. So I'll just get straight to the details, so like, they had envy against me because of my beauty, because of my mother spoils me. She paid me really good money each month while she was upset at me because she had to work. I was like, he was working before I even came here. What's the problem now? Right? My auntie always wanted money. She's greedy. She always wanted money from everybody, and she was taking money from me. You want to know something? I really didn't know I was God's favorite at that time because everybody always get lucky around me. Only when they're around me, you get lucky and stuff like that. Not saying that I'm all this. No. It's that they get money and stuff like that. Even when I, by myself, I don't get as much of the great things or see in the own eyes when people are around me. Because when you're around me, you will see the blessings that in your life will all of a sudden start to spark up and pick up and everything. But when it's just me by myself, I don't see any of that. I still got to put in the work. I still got to do these stuff. Like, yeah, I'm grateful and humble for where I'm at right now. But the whole situation I went through was very tough, and it was just tough, man. It's just tough, especially being a young man. I ain't gonna get too much because I'm just trying to get to the point. Y'all can skip some of this stuff to get to it, man. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. So, Tink will come home work late, but I knew it's like she used to come home work late. She always didn't want to talk. She just go straight to sleep, and I was like, she hadn't been doing that because normally when she came home from work, we would talk and chop it up before we go to bed and stuff like that. So I was like, all right, bet, all right. She would come home from work, and then she would go tell her mom, like, Mom, guys keep hitting at me at the window. I was like, and I said something slick. I was like, oh, I was telling her, how are you complaining? I was standing right next to her. I was like, how are you complaining and saying that many dudes be hitting up at you at the window, but at the same time you brag about how many dudes be hitting at you at the window? And they were like, I was like, bro, y'all doing this, y'all are ignorant. Y'all are ignorant. Y'all just straight ignorant. Y'all just like their true colors kept showing, their cards kept telling, and for Tink, for her, I was dumb. I was dumb, and I was catching feelings for her. But God was like, "I got something better for you," type of stuff. And I was like, God, everybody and their mama in my entire life had everything their heart desires. They could have been a millionaire before I could. Just like everybody had power, like in their gifts that they have, like if they're a musician, clothing line, whatever they do. I was the one to help them and build be like, hey, you got it. Encourage them, even if they knock me down, put me down. Even what they did to me, God would still bless them and get them the business that they still asked for. If they would have repented and stuff like that. But at that time, they could have before I did. And I would still be sitting here like, yeah, this is what I'm going through. This is my story and stuff. While they making business money, like money. So it's like, I feel like I was the last one, but I was like, I don't know how you be saving the best for last sometimes, because I still don't understand life in general, but only understand the things that I went through or things I exposed myself to. So, I used my intuition. And of course, I got into tarot, and I was my intuition, I was like, yo, something ain't right with Tink. So I started picking up the bad habits she was doing, but she was trying to hide it from her mom. But I caught on to it, and she was doing some foul stuff that she did not want me to know. And it's like when you say something slick, you think you brush it off, but I'm gonna take note of it. She told me some stuff, and I was like, bro, God was over here revealing. I was like, I don't want to be with you. I don't want to be around you, bro. It makes me sad. It's like I cannot have nothing. Like I can't have no fun. I cannot have no peace. I cannot have love, right? Everybody, their mama can get it, wake up and say, I want this, I want that. And God be like, of course you got to put in the work and stuff, but it will come quick though. The thing about it is that after I caught on to all this stuff and she was doing this stuff, they gave me more problems. Um, I'm gonna just cut it off here because it's very long, but I will make a part 2 on this one.